Hey everybody, it's Anthony Conklin, AnthonyJConklin.com, sales leader and CEO of a USA-based company, 26 years corporate America, 27 years in entertainment. Want to talk to the sales leaders today, or just leaders in general, entrepreneurs and CEOs. I want to find out what you guys are doing in the fourth quarter. Today is October 17th, and we are well into Q4. And I want to talk to you about the three things that, or sort of the three types of leaders that you're going to come across, that I want to share with you my experience, and also want to share with you some of the things that I've been reading from other leaders, both entrepreneurs and authors. I have a lot of respect for people like Jeb Blunt from the Sales Gravy, Anthony Iannarino from The Only Sales Guide You'll Ever Need, plus the Lost Art of Closing, Mark Hunter, Mike Weinberg, many people in that industry, obviously Tony Robbins. So I really have a respect for these leaders, especially in sales, marketing, and also CEOs. So I want to talk to you about sort of the three leaders, the three types of leaders that you're going to run into. And this kind of comes out from an article that was written by Jeb Blunt, talking about the three types of sales folks that you're going to find in Q3. The first person is the first leader you're going to find is the sort of the fat and happy one that is feeling pretty good. They're going to sandbag their numbers for the board. Things are kind of going great. They had a pretty decent Q2 and Q3, and they're just going to kind of coast on through. And the challenge with coasting through, especially in the fourth quarter, is that you're going to leave a big gaping hole in your Q1 and your Q2 of the following year. So what happens is that you don't focus on continuing to feed your pipeline. So you're basically putting more stuff into your pipeline over and over again. Uncle Michael's in the house. Uncle Michael Lagana's in the house. So nice to see you. So what tends to happen is that you tend to just think about, okay, well, let me try to get through the rest of the year, and I'm going to just basically just sandbag it, and I'm just going to be fat and happy for the rest of the year. So don't be the leader where you think, okay, well, my Q2 and Q3 are good. I got a pretty decent pipeline for Q4. I'm going to just kind of coast through. Big problem coasting through Q4, because you leave a gaping hole in your Q1 and your Q2, and when those quarters come up, you're sitting there holding the bag. Second one is sort of on the bubble. Ones that they're not really sure if they're having a great year, they're having a decent year, and they're kind of somewhere in the middle. They're in what Tony Robbins calls, they're in no man's land. And no man's land is you don't want to hustle so much and do the work and make the phone calls and do the prospecting, and you don't want to be desperate. So it's kind of like in the middle somewhere. So what happens is you tend to kind of float between desperation and being lazy. And what happens is you're not doing anything. You're not making any calls. You're not scheduling any meetings. You're not prospecting from a sales leader. And as a leader, as a company, as a CEO, you're not thinking about what's the next trend that's coming out. What's the next thing that customers want to see? What's the next thing that customers need for their business? Where's the value proposition going? Where are you where are you trying to be ahead of the curve? So don't be that bubble person. And then the third type of leader is the desperate leader. You've had such a horrible year. You've had to rehire new staff. You had to retool production. You had to retool your social media. You had to focus double down, triple down on spending money. And I just got to get that one deal. I just got to get that one deal. If I get that one deal, it'll make our whole year. And what happens is when you get into that desperate space, you tend to try to control your sales team, try to control your marketing and your production and your support. And you begin to micromanage. And what happens is you build this gaping hole, this distance between you and the rest of the organization. And when you come across as a leader being desperate and you just want to get that deal, or you just want to get that inventory done, or you want to get that social media campaign out, or you want to get inventory cleared out, what happens is that your personality and your desperation starts to seep into the entire organization. The chokehold of any organization is its leader. Companies will rise and fall based on the leader. And what happens is you start to create sort of dissension among this team, and the team starts to go into these little bubbles and they start to break off and they don't collaborate. So being desperate is going to put you in a position where it's going to hurt you so much more than you can even imagine. One is you're going to lose credibility. People are not going to trust you. They're going to be afraid, and people might even leave. So what type of leader do you want to be in Q4? Well, here's my personal thought. To be a great leader, especially in the fourth quarter, you got to go back to the one thing, I call it the F word, right? Is going back to fundamentals. Fundamentals meaning schedule your meetings with your staff. Make sure you go over the finances. Make sure you go over the marketing campaigns. Are your sales guys on target? If they need some help, how are you going to support them? Is inventory taken care of? Are you looking at the marketing team and making sure that the messaging is correct? You want to make sure that you go back to the fundamentals and stay on point. Stay on point with making sure you push your teams forward, you lead the charge, you show the rest of your organization that, hey, we got this together. And whether you're 80% off of your number or 90% on your number, you want to stay steady and stay strong, continue to push through, continues to stay the course, make adjustments, go back to the fundamentals. So for the sales team, sales guys, make sure this is so important for the sales team. Make sure you schedule your meetings, schedule your demos or your networking events. Make sure you get that proposal out on time. Make sure you double and triple check the numbers. Get in your car, get on a plane, get on a go-to meeting, get on a Skype meeting, and look at people eye to eye. Look at them in their eye. Tell them that you have the trends that are coming up now in the next 12 to 14 months, that you bring value to the table. On the marketing side, make sure you're tweaking your message. Make sure you're leveraging social media, you're leveraging video, which I know my company's doing a fantastic job of. Big kudos to my team. On the inventory or production side, if you guys are in the product selling business, make sure that you're focusing on how to keep that inventory tight. You don't want to have a last minute rush in the fourth quarter and have to run and go get inventory to inventory products. Then you're going to be in a tough spot, okay? So just the big takeaway, guys, that I want you to really think about is how can you be an effective leader in the fourth quarter? When you think about the fourth quarter, people think in terms of football. Right now, you think of, okay, whether you're a Jet fan or a Giant fan or a Patriots fan or whatever fan you are, this is what quarterbacks think about in the fourth quarter. What can I do that worked really well in the first three quarters that I can implement and double down on now? Be that leader, be the leader that focuses on fundamentals, implements, and be the example. I hope that was helpful for you guys. Once again, I'm Anthony Conklin. You can find me at anthonyjconklin.com. I'm the president and CEO of a USA-based company, 26 years in corporate America, 27 years in the entertainment space. You can find me right here on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram at anthony.ace, also on Twitter at Anthony J. Conklin. And the words of Les Brown, I always like to let you guys know that you have greatness within you. You have a very special gift. You got to live that gift every single day. And in my virtual mentor, Mr. Tony Robbins, you have to live life with passion every day. Live your passion. Ask questions, live your passion, deliver massive, massive value, and take massive, massive action. Have yourself a great day. Until next time, I love you guys, and we'll see you real soon.